Let's try going to here. If I do this, and then I can make it follow me. Okay, right, that's working. But is the quality good enough on here? I think so. I'm going to pause that so I don't use up some bandwidth. I have 4 concurrent viewers. Who is this? And is it working? I need someone to say who's in the chat that they can hear me and I'm not buffering all the time, and then I will start. Otherwise, 5 concurrent viewers is a new record. One like. It is working. All of my family says it's working. That's excellent. Okay. Well, now's the difficult bit because I've got to try and remember how in fact, let me get the, let me grab, oh, it's lost me. Wait a minute, it's found me again. I can bring it down a little bit. Let me grab what I'm actually going to be making. I'll be using this fabric here. It's lost me again. Come on. Is that better? There we go. I'll be using this fabric I picked up on Facebook Marketplace for I think 40 quid, and it's probably worth 200. And I'm going to be making another one of these. This is an old IKEA memory foam mattress, which, it's lost me again. It's not doing very well, is it? Come on. Right. Yeah, so I've made 2 of those. I think it was the cheapest mattress. In fact, let me click record here as well. Okay. It was the cheapest mattress that IKEA did when they did their memory foam mattress. And eventually, it was kind of comfortable, but not massively so. So I ended up getting a sprung memory foam mattress for my flat. And then I had this one spare, and I cut it into thirds. So I've got this, which I'm going to turn into one of these. How many times can I'm just going to try and see if I can repeat myself about 10 times instead of actually making it. So what I got to do first is refer to my document that I made. Now, hopefully, Mia's watching too. Excellent. Hopefully, you can see this. This is my table, my spreadsheet that I made that just tells me all of the dimensions I require for everything. So I set the seam allowance to 25, and then I've got the way that it is constructed. How do I do this? What's the best way? I'm going to have to move the camera a little, aren't I? Maybe if I pop the camera over there, that might work. Let's see. Let's go back to this view. So my tidy workshop. Sorry, my mother's untidy garage that I've stolen as a workshop. So the way it works is you have 2 face panels. Now these I've already cut to length, but I still need to Oh, sorry, I've already cut them to width, but I will still need to cut them to length. But effectively, what you do is, because these are the mattresses covers are piped, and I can't remember. I might need to make some more piping first, because I don't think I have enough left over. So you have this piping here, which is made from material here, which is cut on the bias, so cut at 45 degrees. And there's a couple of reasons that you cut the fabric at 45 degrees. I think it means that it stretches, it doesn't all stretch in the same direction, I think. But the main benefit I found for me is that if I were to cut strips, actually I can't remember what I'm talking about here, so I'm just going to move on. So annoyingly, those are the bits that I can't edit out, but I'll just have to roll with that, won't I? Anyway, you get your fabric, and then you fold it in two with the piping inside, like this, and you stitch it all the way along, like so. And then what you do is on each face panel, so this is one face panel, that's the second face panel, and then you also construct the boxing. So effectively, it will be like this and like this. You construct it inside out, and then you make the side pieces, and then you stitch it all together and turn it inside out. So the first thing I've got to do is make my face panels to the correct size. And if I refer back to my spreadsheet here, I can see that I need including the seam allowance, I need a width of 655 and a length of 1245. And I believe these should already be 655 long. Yeah, these are already 655 wide, sorry. But what I don't want to do is simply cut it to 1255 like this. I want to find the centre of each panel, press it. So let's clear away here for a second. I want to clear a space, so I'm going to turn on the iron. I'm going to press it in half and then measure half the distance. And the reason I do that is that it will guarantee that both of the face panels are exactly the same. Oh, sorry. Am I still on the wrong? I've left you on the desktop, haven't I? Scene. Here we go. So the reason that I fold this in half and find the centre is so that when I attach my panels together, or when I look at the panels as a complete product, they'll all be pattern matched. I'll show you what I mean if I grab one of these. So, how can I best demonstrate this? So you can see here that it's a light green strip all the way down. It's about a 3/4 strip. And if I flip this over, it's also a light green strip running all the way along. So that's just to satisfy my kind of needs to make things as perfect as possible. But you don't have to do that. It's just an extra step you might take. Okay, so that looks like it's pretty nicely in half. That's nice. So then let's have a look at my diagram again. So 1, 2, 4, 5. 622.5 is the measurement I need. I've forgotten what I said already. 622.5. I'm going to write that down. Um, 62.5. All right, I'm just going to give this a quick press whilst it's on. Can you believe it? The old mattress covers I made for my old van, the ones I did out of those curtains from B&Q. In fact, I think I've got a cushion in the van from the same fabric. Let's turn that one off. The old ones I made out of... Have I done it again? Please don't tell me that... No, I didn't. Okay. Buffering just a little. How long ago was that? That must be a little bit ago. You're buffering just a little. How long ago was that? It says my stream health is excellent at the moment, and I haven't had a warning for 11 minutes. So I'm just going to keep going. In fact, wait, that, no, I've just taken it way back, haven't I? Let's see if I do that. It's okay now, good. I probably just made it worse again by loading my stream. That's fine. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, this is the fabric I used for the old ones, and this is just curtain fabric. And it's a lot more stretchy, a lot less hard wearing, and difficult to work with. And I didn't press anything, I didn't use any pins, though I still don't use pins because I always stab myself and I hate that. But anyway, let's crack on here. 622.5. I need a piece of chalk. Where is it? Here? No. Here. Right, 62.5. I need this. $621.2.5. $621.2.5. Right. Then draw a line along here. Okay. In fact, this will all have a seam allowance to it, so I can get away with using a pen. So that's what I'll do. Just makes it a bit easier to see, or you get a finer line at least. Right, so that'll be my cut line. Oh God, these scissors need a sharpen. They're just about right. Okay, there's one of them. Get that one out of the way. And I'll do the same with this one. How are we looking there? I have got a second camera, but it has to remain plugged into my laptop to work, and my laptop's on the desk, so that I'll be able to use later on when I'm actually sewing. For the moment, you'll just have to put up with this wider angle, I think. Oh, when I'm done, I have got another video ready to go live that I can queue up straight after this if I actually get done today. I think I will. This is sort of the 6th time I've done one of these. No, I made 2 already. I made 2. No, this is the 7th. No, 8th time I've made a box cushion in this style. So I should be a bit of a whiz at it by now. But then each time I do it again, I introduce a new complexity, don't I? This time it's simultaneously live streaming. In fact, once I've measured this, I'm just going to stick a link on Instagram, because I said I'd do that and I haven't. 621.2.5 is there. And the same 621.2.5 there. Great. that level there. Oh God, that's kind of gone bad. Just have to go with it. That's sort of not lining up there. Oh well. Okay, so there I have 2 panels. Are we still going? Let's have a look at my stream. Excellent. My hat is backwards. Hello, Rosaliv. Yeah, well the trouble is that it's one of these snapback ones, and they kind of only work if you've got long hair, I've found. And I think I look like a bit of a fool if I wear it this way around. So that's why it's backwards. Right, let me just stick something on Instagram a second. Let's see. Story, is that what I want to do? Yeah. Hello everyone. I forgot to say I'm live. Here, look. I'm live here, and I'm live here and everywhere. Basically, come and join if you want to. I'm making these mattress covers, and I'll stick a link here if you want to come and look. Hello everyone. I forgot to say. Right, now let's turn me down. I've just about become used to the sound of my own voice. I can edit fine, but sometimes right, I need a link to the stream. Sorry guys, I'll be back with you in a sec. Copy video link. The trouble is this connected? Is this hooked up? No, it's not. I'm using my old phone, so I can't copy and paste over from my Mac, so I've got to type the whole link out. Wait a minute. There. Link. In fact, have I got the YouTube Studio app on this phone? That might be... No, it won't be quicker. I'll just type it. I could have typed it by now, couldn't I? youtube.com/live/1W_M capital. I've always understood that capitalization in a URL doesn't matter. So then why do they go to the trouble of having let's just copy that and see preview. Have I typed that correctly? Yes, I have. Okay. Done. Perfect. Send. Share. Done. Okay. Perfect. Right, well that's that done. Now what was I doing? That's it. So the first thing I need to do, now that I've cut those 2 panels, is to attach the piping to them. So what I'll effectively be doing here, I'm pretty sure effectively is my most used word so far. I'll quickly find out if I've got enough piping. Right, let's put this away whilst I remember. I don't know if any of you have heard of the term body doubling, but it's something that, I mean, anyone can use, but people with ADHD or autism quite often use, and it involves someone else being around to kind of, they don't do anything. So Dan often will be my body double. So he'll often not be doing anything specifically to help me, but just someone being present that knows you're meant to be doing something means that it's a lot easier to focus. And I'm actually finding that having people sort of virtually watching me is kind of counting as a body double, which is great. Right, so before I unfold that, what I want to do, so if I grab my scissors, I'm just on each corner, I'm just going to I'm going to take off a very small amount like this, so that when it is unfolded, it signals. It's like a little arrow, a little chevron that shows the corner is here, and that turns out to be quite crucial when you're doing this. So we'll do that, and then I'll also do it along the other edge. Let's get the iron back on. Oh, missed there. Okay. Right, that's one of them. See, what I don't have normally, when I'm editing a video, I'll do that and then I'll turn off all the cameras and then do it for the other three or whatever I've got to do off camera. But I guess the downside of a live stream is that you've got to watch everything as many times as it takes. Okay. My dad's been trimming all of the hedges, and I hope that he doesn't think that he can't walk past for fear of distracting me. I'll probably find that he's been walking up and down the lane full of bags of leaves. So if my mum's still watching, and she can tell him that he doesn't need to worry about that. Right, let's turn that off. Are we still going here? Ah, it's Dan. Hello. Hello. Dan, literally, he heard me. He sensed that I was talking about body doubling and he's turned up. Right. So let's get that one out of the way. Unfold this. Dan was saying that I shouldn't stop at just doing box cushions with this material. He reckons I should make some seat covers and, I don't know, a suit, maybe some boxer shorts. Right, where's my piping? Here. So what I'm going to do is, on here, this bit of tape here, right side, that's not right and left, that's right and wrong. So the right side is the visible side, the outside effectively. And that would make sense because the ends were light green when I showed you earlier. And what I'll now do is attach the piping like this. I'm going to come all the way around and do the entire square. So I think I've definitely got enough here, just about, I think, for one. And then I'm going to have to make some more for the other one, but that'll be all right. I'll get this one done first. And let me have a look. If I refer back to one of these. I'm trying to find where, yes, here we go. I'll get this close enough. So I'll basically, the piping joins onto itself on the end of the mattress where it's less visible. So you can see here, this is where it sort of crosses over. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's where I want it to join. So what I'll do is I'll grab a ruler. There's an old ruler for you. In fact, I think this is my my dad's school ruler from 1836. Yeah. Oh no, it must be a bit more recent because there is metric on here as well. Right, so what I'm going to do is go back about an inch, fold this, scissors, there we go. And then I'm almost ready to do my first bit of sewing. Before I go, let's just fit round here and then go round like this. Okay, so we've got the sewing machine there. In fact, I'm going to have a slap of cold tea. What's we got going on here? Can I bring some shirts round to iron? Dan, I don't think there's enough left of your shirts to be able to iron. They might disintegrate into nothing. That's what my grandma would have done multiple times in the same fabric. Well, actually, these scissors were my grandma's scissors. She had a small sewing company called Satin and Lace. Is that going to focus? There you go. I've had these sharpened by a guy in Tavistock. They've blunted again, but that was about 2 years ago. But yeah, I really like them. I feel like she'd have been very proud to know that people in her family are continuing her craft. 4 concurrent viewers, excellent. Right, so what I need to do is, I like to be prepared, and let's just check this other camera's working. It is. I like to be prepared and have a couple of bobbins fully wound before I start, because otherwise you just spend half of your life. You know, you don't realise the bobbins run out. Let's see what we've got left in this one. This one is half full. Why did I just do that? Right. So that one will last us a bit, probably all the way around here. But I am going to prep the other one. So get that one to the side. Then so this needs to pull out from here. Then we're going to go through here, back round there. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry about the flicker on this. I don't have any control over the frame rate that I use on the phone. So oh no, the stream is on 30 frames per second, and that doesn't like the lighting. Basically, it's the light. You know how lights work. It's just something flickering really quickly, and it flickers more quickly than the human eye can see. But then you put it to a camera, and then it slows it down. So I've had to turn off the lights in the garage. Hopefully we've got enough light out here, but that will at least stop the flickering for the moment. Right, so in fact I just need to take this off, it's annoying me. Right. I think I've also, let's see if this view works. Either this one, well, I think in a minute that might be useful, but for the moment, this is the one that we want. So let's see, come around here, snip that. I'll feed this up through the bobbin onto there. Right, let's get this one seen. That might be all right. It might be in my way though in a minute. Okay. So we've got that up through there. I need to release this so that it doesn't move the needle as I go. I need to click that into position, and then I can do a couple there, shorten that. And then we can spool the bobbin. Okay, perfect. All right, so we've got that one saved up. Let's just want to check the stream health. Seems to be going fine. Right, I am just going to go and grab a glass of water very quickly before I start. Grabbing a glass of water, and then I'll pop that on. See, I've done all these fancy things, and then I'll just mute that. Yeah, well, it won't be 5 minutes, but that's the graphic I'd prepared. Oh, that way. Right, how's that for sound? I'm back. Oh, hello. Right, where was I? I've got to put my bobbin back in, haven't I? Is this volume all right? I feel like it might be a bit loud. I'm going to just drop that slightly. Let's just have a quick look. Are there any messages I've missed? Tidy, I am present. Sound is good. Great. Okay. Okay, let's go. So what do I need? I gotta thread the right now. I probably want to sort these out, don't I? So if we are filming like this, and we got that there, then this one probably isn't in the right place, is it? Oh no, I need to lock that one, unlock that one and move it. Probably makes sense for it to be up here. I can move it if it's not very useful. So let's now lock that one again, and then this one is just the reverse, and I guess the Osmo Pocket wants to be maybe up here again. I think. We'll try it. I can always move them. Okay. Now what? I don't know which one is going to be more useful. I'll try this one first, this view. Right. Oh, I bet that story didn't go up. No, it did. That's good. Ali's seen it. Ali, where are you? Why do I not see you? You see, I'm going to shame him. Look. See, Ali? He's seen my story, but he's not on my stream. Or if he is, he's lurking in the chat. Right. Let's get that out of the way. So I need... Oh, I've still got to thread the bobbin, haven't I? Oh, what have I done here? I heard my phone. I don't know. Right. So, link that back up. Let's thread the needle. So we're going to go through here, round like this, through there, round, click through there. Then we're going to come up, through there, click, click, and then thread it. Lift, pull back, and then we're going to go down, up, perfect, pull that through. There we go. Now, what did I, it's on that phone. Oh, wait a minute, I'm just going to go into my, when I did the other ones, I took a picture of my machine settings and I can't remember what they were and when even I did it. I think it was before I went and saw Matt. Yeah, it was before this. Yeah, before that. Oh, here we go. Now, what were the settings for though? I only took the picture, right, stitch length 2. That's my tension. I'm just going to have to play it by ear, aren't I? Right, let's pull this towards me. Let's just grab a bit of scrap fabric. I can use this and just do a little test run. Just check we're stitching all right. Lovely, I think that is fine. Oh, that's perfect. So there's one side, and there's the other. So that's the tension is correct, I think, everywhere it needs to be. All right. So what I'm now going to do is this right in terms of orientation? Yeah. So this here is the right side, and I am it'd be better off here, wouldn't it, if I spin this round and towards me? It's going to make more sense, isn't it? So this is the right side of my fabric, the facing, the one that we'll see when it's all finished. And this is the boxing, not the boxing, this is the piping. And I've made a little cut 1 inch back. So that I know where to start. Basically, then I've got some overlap. And then I'm going to attach this all the way around up against the same line that I've got on the piping itself. Now, have I got enough room for all of this? I'm not sure that I do. Is this even right? Yeah. Okay, let's try this. We have 5 viewers. Excellent. Let's get that out of the way, get plenty of excess. Then bunch that up. So I'm going to line up those notches, and then I'm going to plonk the thing down. I'm just going to move along by 1 inch or so. And then the aim here, let's try and get this, let's try and get a good angle here for you. In fact, I'm going to spin it round. And then I can tuck this under further if I drop the height slightly. And then lift that, tilt this. Oh, this is good. And then lift this. Then I can kind of show you what I'm trying to do. In fact, I'll digitally zoom in for you even. I know this is now not quite 1080p, but it will at least give you a better idea of what I'm doing, I think. Is that clear? Is that the same material you use for your summer collection? And it is, Dan. It is. Though that one, I've had to sign an NDA on that. You know, I could get in a lot of trouble if I tell you any more. Okay, let's go. Let's get my pedal. And I'm going to basically, I'm trying to get this. I'm keeping, because this is a 1/2 inch seam allowance here, and I've given myself 1/2 inch seam allowance on here as well. Then sewing right up to this line is 1/2 inch, which is great. It's exactly what I want. So basically what I got to do is keep the edge of the foot lined up with the edge of the material. Let's just backstitch slightly. Okay, now I think, oh, I'm just knocking that. I think we're good to go. I think we're good. Slipped a little there. You know what, I don't like that. Sake. Actually, no, I've got to try and... No, I don't like it. I refuse to accept. I've just gone slightly off, and although that doesn't look like much, that just starts, it's like starting a trend. It's like when you you go to a football match, like, you know, like a Sunday league football kid, going to my brother's football match years ago, and everyone's standing there watching, and then one person can't see, so they step slightly onto the pitch, and then the next person can't see, so they step slightly further, and by the time you get to the halfway line, also by the time you get to the other corner line, people are basically standing in the goal. And it's the same here. If you allow one person, if you allow one stitch to go awry, then everything will go balls up. And I don't want to ask, in fact I'm telling her now because she's watching, I've misplaced the unpicker that my mum lent me, so I don't want to ask for another one until I found it. Would a zipper foot be better? Would a zipper foot do better than general purpose foot? Yeah, I think so. Hi, Ron. I can't remember. I think this foot is. This foot's a something foot that's not a regular one, but for this it's great because you can push right up to the. I think this was like, I think when I bought it, you could get a full-on zipper foot, and it was a lot more expensive. Or you could get this one. Maybe my mum will know. Looks like a. Looks like a pin. Yeah, I think basically this one. I tend to actually use this. I barely ever switch the foot out for a different one. It just seems to. You know, I can get it kind of just pinned. It's kind of doing what I believe. It's kind of doing what a zipper foot is meant to do. But it seemed, at least to me, it seems quite versatile. Now, is that in the right? Is that why? No, I think we're good there. Yeah, okay, let's try again. I'm just going to ignore you all for the moment and just get this going. Right, let's see. Let's get a nice length. The worst thing is when you just get it all positioned and you start off and then this it's too short and it pulls straight out. Right, let's try and keep this really good this time. Are we focused on here nicely? Yeah, looks as though it is. let's see, what are we going to be better off? I think that's probably more useful at the moment, this view. So I'm going to switch it to there. It's pushing it away. Right, and then before I get all the way to the corner, this is where you do the, is it? I can't remember what it is. It's about, basically, when I come around this corner here, I want to give it myself a bit of a radius. So I'm going to take here, and I'm just going to make, careful not to catch that, I'm going to make a snip here, like so. So I've made 3 little cuts. Okay, yeah, then I'm going to go by your knowledge, Ron. I've just sort of bought things and taught myself, but don't really know much about what they do other than knowing just about how to use them. Right, so now I can continue along like this. Then I'm going to position this. I'm going to get a radius on here that I like. I think that's pretty good there. Is that still a bit of a tight radius? I think that'll do. So then I'm going to keep approaching, and then I'm going to come right into the corner here. Can I zoom it further? No. Okay. I'm going to try and come right onto the, what is it, apex of the corner? I'm not sure. And then I'm going to push the needle all the way into the fabric. Then I can lift up the foot. And then I can start spinning it round towards me. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's fine. And then away we go. I'm not quite, in fact, I don't need to unpick anything here, but I'm not quite far enough over there. I've just veered slightly away, and then I've got quite a, I don't know, quite a flappy piping. No one wants that. In fact, do I want... Yeah, let's come back to here. Maybe I was on... Yeah, I think that's going to be better. I've just adjusted the stitch width thing, and you can see here I just moved the needle over and adjusted it. I think that's going to be a bit better. Yeah, I think that's what it was meant to be on to start with. Oh God, that sounds like a bent needle. Maybe. I might have just got away with that. We'll find out any second now. Oh, it's knocked the... Oh, no. Everything. It's all going wrong. No, I want to stick with the zoom. And then switch to that. Right, there we go. Let's see. I might need to rethread here. Sounds like it's just clacking against something, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I bent the needle. Or I might have just... I should have just stuck with it. Let's see. I have to see if I can find out what's going on here. No, we're not hitting anything there. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I think it just got a bit clogged. Maybe I tried to adjust it whilst it was sort of mid-thread or something. All right, let's try again. That sounds a little better, doesn't it? Are we still going? Oh, okay. Another thing I just need to keep an eye on. You can see the... In fact, if anyone... I'll try and keep an eye on it. But if anyone notices that the that thread is about to completely run out, I've got more. Hopefully enough to finish. We're stitching, we're going. I think we've got the settings just about right now. I can hopefully whiz through this a bit more quickly. Yeah, boy. Ah, of course, this always happens. You get ahead of yourself, you get overexcited, and then you just go full speed. I was showing off to my viewers. I hope this maybe is giving people a picture that I always try when I'm editing my videos. I try not to just show it as, oh look, I did this and it's as easy as that. I will always... You know what? I'm just going to keep going here. Otherwise, I'll never get this done. I've got two really good mattress covers. If this one doesn't turn out so well, it can just be the hidden one, you know. Yeah, that's salvageable. I can pull that back over. That's fine. I think, though, where I'm kind of going with these really intricate margins, you know, if you strive for perfection, you'll normally end up with something quite good. If you strive for something quite good, you'll end up with something okay. So I think I'll be all right here. Let's just hold that there. Right, so we're at the quarter way point on the first face panel, and it's 10 to 6, almost me as dinner time. Oh, what's happened there? Are we still stitching? No, we're not. I think my bobbin might have just run out, actually. This, you know, from what I understand, you can get machines these days that tell you when your bobbins run out. It'd be quite useful. one has run out. But finally I can have my, is it Blue Peter or Art? I think it was Blue Peter. Here's one I made earlier moment. And produced my fully wound bobbin. Right. Put that one in there. I'm going to have to, it's going to be stop-start though, because as soon as I get going with this, then I'm going to have to, in fact, what I might do is that one, I've got two threads, I think. I've got that one, which I'm using to replenish all the bobbins with. And then oh no, okay. I think I'm all right. I think I'm just going to have to use, yeah. Okay, no, I am going to leave that one in and just get rid of it all, because this is my other one. I've got this bobbin one with quite a lot on it, but then half of that's got to go into the bobbin. So I don't know how much thread I've got left, basically. And I wonder whether this needs to be upholstery thread. Hi, May. Ron, I'm a master of none too. Yeah, I would hate to be a master of one thing, because I get bored of it after like 10 minutes and then want to do something else and find I was useless. I'm wondering whether, basically here I'm attaching the piping to the face panels, but then when I attach the boxing, I'm just going through the same, I'm basically running stitches along the same line. So I'm wondering if I get away with saving the upholstery thread where possible for later on, and just using a regular thread. So I've got this stuff. I know it's a different colour. It's a dark grey, but against the fabric you can barely see it. I'm wondering whether that might be a shout, because the last thing I want to do is run out of thread. I am just going to do one quick look in my van and see if I've got another see if I've got, ooh, see if I haven't got another thing of thread. I remember putting some in here, but I don't remember if I took them out, all of them, or what. Ah, look, I've got one, but it's empty. That might have been it. What have we got? Contact lenses, sunglasses, AirPods. No. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to have to conserve thread. So, let's switch our focus back onto here. And wind a bobbin of this thread. I think that is the sensible thing to do for the moment. You know, I think it may well be that I've just got to finish the rest of this another time. Oh, but we'll see where we get to. And if that's the case, I'll finish this one and then do some of the other parts of it, like maybe the zip, so you can get a better, or I could just do another live stream. That's probably the best way, isn't it? Then you can see all of it, I guess. Because all of these will be available as VODs on YouTube for you to view when you like. Of course, I'm going to have to change my machine settings, aren't I? Because I'm not using upholstery thread anymore. I'm using a regular polyester thread. Right. Oh, this one's, the thinner thread isn't spinning as well on the bobbin. Let's go a bit slower. I should really be giving this all of my attention and not looking away at the screen whilst it does this. Is this the equivalent of being on your phone when you're driving? I got my pedal to the metal and I'm sat seeing who's viewing me on the internet. Alright, no, oh yeah, that'll do. Okay, let's put that one to the side again. Okay, so it took me a long time. In fact, I'm pretty sure even the manual for this machine is wrong. Oh, this is not a very useful camera angle, sorry. No. We can probably pull this back a bit for the moment. Yeah, for ages I couldn't get wind my bobbins properly, and I was following exactly what the manual said, and it turns out that is not the way you're meant to do it. When you wind your bobbin, you're only meant to go round here and back across and through, and it was telling me I needed to go through this eyelet here first, whereas each bit is exclusive to a different purpose. So if you're just threading the machine, you go through the eye. And the same, I was having issues with my stitching as well because I was running it through here. Oh, what's happened there? I think we're all right there. Yeah. Okay. Click, click, click. And the other problem is I think the needle will be all right. I'm using a heavy duty needle. The fabric is more heavy duty still, but the thread is not. That's the new thread. Right, let's wind this, let's thread let's get it threaded. This thread's a bit more forgiving as well, because if you mess up, you can more easily rip it. You don't really need an unpicker. Where's my bit of fabric I ran my test thread on earlier. Can use this. How are we lighting wise? So I've got the lights off at the moment. I think lights are right. Oh, it is this one, yeah. Okay. I might need to change the tension. I'm not sure. That seems all right. I'm going to go with that. Anyone doesn't... God, I think... do you reckon I like the colour green? If anyone has any questions about what I'm doing, then ask away. I'm periodically looking over. Right, back slightly there. We're still not at the quarter-way point of this one piece. Oh well. Right. Back stitch. Oh, it's so much smoother with the thinner thread. Crikey. Oh look, we did a really bad job. I must have rushed this bit of piping. Because the thread is nowhere near the... How did I do this before? I think I lifted you up higher and then tilted you this way so I could move in closer and then lifted the camera up. Yeah, the thread here is not exactly close to the piping, but I'm sort of fixing that as I go along, which is nice. Okay, then same again here. I'm just going to go, this is the bit that's in line with the corner of the fabric. So I'm just going to snip here, just through the seam allowance, like this, so that then when I get closer I can shape it round the corner. Check we are actually stitching. It's very good to periodically check that you are still stitching. Oh, this doesn't feel long enough. Hope it is. Okay, so this we can do it like that. Wait, is that? Oh, it is. It's Maya. Hello. Congratulations on your new job. Dan was telling me how you secured your new job with the university. So congratulations on that. Must have been a nice achievement. Where am I? Right. So we got the needle down. Yes, straight round. And then round the corner like this. Oh, what's happened? This one, oh no. I think, give me 2 seconds. My gimbal for this camera is about to die. I'm just going to go and grab a charger for it. 2 secs. Crikey, what, Dan? Let's see, no, we want this one. That's it. Right, I've got a cable now. I can... Need to thank my mum for lending me a cable so I can plug this in and then it won't die. Perfect, that's now charging. That's still going? It is. Oh, by the way, Dan, there are less than 10 items on my workbench. Thought you'd like to know. Bet there's less items on mine than there is on yours. Or does that say crikey, Dan, or does it say creaky? Are you moaning about your knees again? Okay, we're round to another corner. God, we're flying now. So what? Yeah. So basically, the wider apart your cuts here, the larger the radius of your bend. And this isn't a very good one, I don't think, but we'll see. Right, are we round the final? No, we got one more bend after this. They can indeed. Mums can be very useful. I think we're going to be short. I don't know how this has happened. I've measured it out perfectly. I mean, I can always extend it, but I think it's going to be very close. I don't like... Why have we got so much? Oh, I think this is just... Oh, okay, no, this is all right. This is not my thread. This is thread from the actual fabric. Just similar colour. Down enough? Yep. Matt, did you learn your... Well, most kind of. I mean, my mum's taught me some sewing, and I guess I pick it up from her in the genes, I guess. But yeah, over lockdown, I mean, this may look impressive here, but I'm making boxes, and I think when you come to make things like garments. So that's something I've never done, and I think that's a whole new skill unto itself. But yeah, I taught myself. I used YouTube. I'll try and find the link that I used to learn this technique. What I do know is don't use the Sailrite videos because they are awful. They're one of these typical channels that make out that, oh, you can do, it's like the title's like, oh, box cushion in half an hour, and it's like, no, that is not possible. Stop telling me that. I think this is absolutely this is not good. I mean, it's fine. It's perfect in terms of the length, but you don't want your piping to end up this close to not being long enough, if you get what I mean. You'll see what I mean any second. It is tight. Right. Look at this. I've literally got the inch overhang that I set out at the start. So anyway, what we do here, when you come to joining it up, I think there's more intricate and better looking ways you can do it. But what you do is you pull back the stitching and basically what you want to do is cut, not the actual fabric, but you want to cut the piping in line with your little center notch, like this. And then you do the same with the other end. This is so much easier with regular fabric, regular thread. So you do the same with the other one. To here. Oh, made a mess of that. So they meet, they come to the same length, and you wrap them back up in their own little bits of fabric, and then you'll go, and so you'll come past, and then you'll fold that one over to the side, and you'll do the same with this one. And you'll hold it in place, and then you stitch. Oh, and hope for the best. And then I'm just going to come along up to the old thread there and back stitch. And then, hopefully, that was a bit, it's not the best one. I've done better, I'll be honest. But then there's your join. See that? So what I now have, what can I do here? Can I turn it? I think if I flip my camera like this, then here we go. So we've now got one panel that has piping all the way around. And then when that's all done and it turns inside out, it will look like this. So that is the top corner of your panel. So that's one of them. And now I think I've got to make more piping. I just can't be bothered. What's happened? My other camera's died again. What's going on? Oh, is it catching? The cable's catching. That's what's happening. Right. My comment of, crikey! Oh, blast! I do, occasionally, I don't generally speaking look like Hugh Grant, but occasionally the camera will snap me in such a way that I look just like him. Right. So I've got, somehow I don't think this is going to be enough piping, but I do have this, so I might not need to cut more, but I will need to stitch more. So let's see. Let's get it up here. Have a look. Oh, we don't need the other camera at the moment, do we? This one? That's the one. That's very true. But yeah. Yeah, I'll do the other piping off stream. That's a very good point. Yeah, so I'm going to now instead, I'll leave that, put that to one side, and I'll need this maybe, and this. And I'll make some boxing. So the way I did the boxing, it's a bit more annoying because you've got to cut more material, but I think it looks nicer and there's less pattern matching to do. So what I need to cut now is all of the material for the zipper. This thing here I won't be including. On here, I at one point I had in mind to make it so you could attach all of the mattresses together so they didn't move around. But what I found is these zips are nowhere near heavy duty enough and they're very, very difficult to start off. So if you've got a zip that is, I mean, look at this, right? Imagine how fiddly it is to get a zip on there. So what I am actually going to do eventually is just cut that off. I'm not going to unstitch it or anything, it'll take too long. So I need to measure out some fabric for this. So let's, once again, let's switch to this one and have a look. Boxing. Well, this is for this is the quantities for everything. I'm just gonna have to. I know the vertical. That's how wide, 166. But the 2480, that's for more. Ignore that stat. So effectively I need, to make sure I end up with enough, I need, what's the time now? 6:30. Let's say we'll do one more hour and see where we get to, because I'm going to run out of steam eventually. But I'm going to grab a tape measure and work it out the old-fashioned way. Oh, if anyone here has any questions about anything I've done on the van. I mean, the van is right behind me. So at the end, if you've got any questions, save them up and I can probably answer them. Okay, so the zip portion comes round from here. I'll start this end so you can see the other end. So that comes round 5 foot basically. So to be sure, but for the zip, that's double because there's 2 halves to it. Where's my little... Okay, so zip, can you actually see that? Kind of. Oh, was I zoomed in all the way for the other bit? 1600 times 2, 3,200 mil by 166, I think it was. And then for the rest of the boxing, well, that's going to be from here. Let's zoom you out. That's going to be from here all the way around like this. So that is 2.2 meters, but we only need 1 lot of it. Let's get about a bit of paper or a bit of wood. So zip. No, wait a minute. I'll do. Takes so much longer to write with your non-dominant hand. Right, boxing was 200 by 166, I believe. Yeah, 166 mil. And then the zip was 1600 by 6. Okay, that's good. I'm going to pop the light on now. Better? Right, so let's lose that. Yeah, it does. It keeps falling over. Damn. What's a daisy? Yeah, I think my mum's right here. Do a part? No, I'm gonna. This is not too bad. I can do some cutting out and stuff like that. Then I can at least have shown all the major parts, and then the other one I've only got to put it all together. Okay. So we need fabric. And the way you can tell, this fabric would seem to be reversible, but if it's not, the way you can tell which is the intended front or right side is, I need to check this. I can't remember which is which, but if you look down the, I can't remember the word for it. See if my mum's watching, she'll be able to tell me. The tram lines? No, it's a word something like that. I can't remember. But basically, where it's all stitched or where it's held up on the machine that stitches all of this, one side is dimpled and the other is flat, and that will tell you which side of the fabric is the right side. The selvages are the bits down the side, and the pinholes, the raised dots on the selvage indicate the right side. So this here is the right side of the fabric. Okay. And because I want to do it this way, and I'm doing them 166, then this is, I remember now, this is where it gets kind of annoying, because I want each to line up when I join them end to end. So what I have to do is grab a ruler, so I'm going to start, oh, can I, will that reach? I'm going to just try and, no, I can't move my laptop. So you just bear with me a second. Well, is this camera angle a bit better for what I'm doing here? I think it might be. So I'm choosing the left edge of one of the light green bits, and I'm going to measure in 166 from there. And 66. And so how many of those am I going to get? 166, then I've got to move over to the next left edge of a light green one and measure 166 from there. 166 and cut there. $166 and cut at 200. 166 166 and cut there. Sorry, this is probably really unentertaining viewing, but I simply don't have the capabilities at the moment to move the cameras any closer, unfortunately. 166 there. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strips, and I need 3.8 meters. So if I were to do half a meter, so 500 times 7 would be 3,500. So basically, if I cut 600 mil of fabric, then that should give me enough for all of the boxing and piping, boxing and zipper. So that's what I'll do next. Oh shit, I just dropped my roll of fabric down the back of the workbench into all the sawdust. I'll have to dust that off another time, eh? Okay. Let's grab a ruler. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to measure this out and then I'm going to go take a 10-minute break, because I haven't really done that. And if people want to pop off, then feel free to. You're going to be able to watch it later on. Let me just switch you back to the other camera angle, a bit better. Okay, so I reckon 600, that should give me 4.2 meters worth of fabric that will line up properly. I'm going to do 700, just in case. It's better that than not have enough. $700, and that should give me almost 5 meters worth. One of these edges is not straight. That one. This one is. I feel like I'm playing snooker. Okay, that's cool. Okay, let's roll this up. Now pull it back. And then roll it back again. That is off, yeah. Okay, now find my scissors. Don't even think about screenshotting this, Liam, if you're still here. I know exactly what's going through your head. Right. Now, we can get rid of this for the moment. Hopefully forever. Now, if I maybe spin this around, and then it'll be easier. No, it won't. It will not at all. Okay, let's get this on. And I'm just going to press it very gently. Oh, no, I'm not. I said I was going to take a 10-minute break, didn't I? Yes. I am going to go and have a 10-minute break, have an evening tablet, of which there are almost none, because there is a national or maybe even global shortage of ADHD meds, which is not ideal. It's the main reason why I've got this. I mean, a lot of you might argue I should have this on the saw anyway, but I've put this safety thing on the saw because I was using my saw the other day and I just got lucky. I was very lucky. I nicked my thumb, and it's something I would never normally do. And I attributed it to the fact that I didn't have any meds because there weren't any, or I was trying to ration them. So anyway, I'm going to take a 10-minute break. So I'll see you after. Oh. Okay, I'm back. What was I up to? I was about to cut all of this to size, wasn't I? Yeah, so I'm gonna do only another half hour or so. So I guess I've already been going quite a while for a first stream. But you know, 7:30 is a nice round number. And then I can just do the rest of it another time. Right. Let's see. So if anyone, I mean, there's not really much point in doing this, right? Because there are still 4 people and I'm pretty sure you're all the same people. But if any of you are different 4 people, I am cutting out the fabric for the boxing and the zip of my box cushions, and Mia's just disappeared. Where's she gone? There you are. Good girl. Alright, so I'll just turn the what's that? We got something on there. Just gently press this. Right, turn that off. So up this end, I've just got to measure out the same. So it's from here every 200 to start with. Ow. Oh, God. Don't leave batteries in your tools. I mean, actually, that probably makes it a sort of slightly nicer thing to hit your head on. It's more rounded, less sharp. 200, 200. Okay, and then from each of those lines I'll measure 166, and what this is doing is guaranteeing that the pattern matches when because I'll basically stitch these into one long strip. $166 there. 166 there. 166 there. 166 there. And 166 here. Great. And I've got this ruler here. And then I'm just gonna, again, all of this will it? Yeah, all of this will be in seam allowance. So I can draw lines with pen. That's fine. I think in the future there will undoubtedly be more interesting things to stream, but I figured this is something quite good because I've done it a number of times before, so it takes an element of sort of thinking out of it, if you will. Last line to draw, be here. No, I doubt that even picks up on camera, does it? No. Does the other one pick it up? Where's the star attraction? She's around the corner. She's camera shy. She's just at the top of the steps. iPhone cam. Basically what I've done, I don't know if you can see that, I've drawn lines all the way along where I need to cut. So I'll do that now. It will all sort of become apparent in a minute. Now when I started sewing, I had so little money that I tried, obviously you try cutting left-handed with right-handed scissors and it doesn't work. So I was like, I'm going to have to go buy a pair of left-handed sewing scissors. And the amount they charge, it's not, I mean, I reckon it's on a par with the pink tacks, the left tacks. They were really expensive, and I guess it's because they make less of them. I guess in that sense you can maybe justify that, whereas you can't justify the pink tax, can you, when over half of the population is female? So I'm not comparing it in that sense. Okay. Right, I've got two of them cut now, so I can at least show you why I've gone to all this effort. And the reason is that I've cut them so that the patterns are identical on each. So you see here you've got the same amount of overhang on the light green pattern. So that means that when I join them all together, it'll be face to face like this. I'll stitch them together along this line. And then when you open it up, you get that continuous pattern all the way along, and it looks really nice. So that is why I've done that. So onwards. It's a shame. I would stick some music on now, but it all flags up on copyright, and I won't be able to have these streams available later on. Almost through this bit though. Start to get the hang of the cutting, it doesn't take very long. One, two, three, four, five, 6 more cuts. Three to go. I'm actually glad. It's probably sensible to have extra, because if I cut exactly the right amount of fabric, that wouldn't necessarily end up having a join in the right place. So then I'd have to stitch it all together and then cut it again. Whereas this way around, I might be able to have two separate pieces. Right, that's all the cutting done, finally. Wow, that's how have I got 6 viewers after that boring bit of footage? Hello. I mean, kind of. I mean, there's people on this watching the stream, but yeah, I'm technically talking to myself. Do you want me to stick those in the? Right. No, I was. Did I already? Oh no. Did I just film all of that not facing the right way? Can anyone confirm? No, okay, I've just had a peek. I'm there cutting, I think. Oh yeah, I span it round to show you, didn't? It doesn't matter, whatever. I'm here now. So what I need to do is join those pieces up together. And you'll recall a minute ago, where's my bit of wood gone? Here. For the zip I need 1600, and for the boxing I need 2200. Oh, no. I might need more. I can't remember if I doubled up already for the zip. Well, I'll do the zip. I've definitely got enough for the zip. And I'll have run out of time. I've only got 15 minutes. So I'll start off the zip. So basically what I'm going to do is join these bits up face to face. Like this. Yeah. So zip is 16. Let me just grab the. Well, it's got to be, hasn't it? Because the zip's going along here. That's 1.2, so 1600. So it's 3.2 meters. Oh, maybe I did include that. 3,200. Oh, I did calculate it and then I removed it later on. Damn it. So 6 of these, 1, 2, 3. But I think I need almost all of these for the zip portion then. Yeah, so I'm just going to screw these, Yeah, I really need to stop soon. I can't even think straight. So I'm going to stitch these together into a length, or 2 lengths of 1600. These are 700 long. Or 3 to. Oh, that is annoying. I should have done them 800 and then they'd have been. Oh well, I need 3. Yeah, I need 6 in total. So face to face, like this, other way around. We want, yeah, that's what we want. So I'm going to put these together, matching the pattern. Then let's get the other camera set up again, shall we? This one. Yeah, that one's good there. And then this one can come down like this. And then we'll focus on there. That's good. Okay. Just check, we got face to face, yeah. And then, why aren't we focused? There we go. And back stitch. Scissors. Okay, so that's one of them. And if I pull that out, you can see how the pattern matches up there quite nicely. So then I'll take the third one. And so I need the stitches to be on this side. No, like this. No. Go away, wasp. Yeah, this is right. Oh, I know why it's going out of focus. It's because my it's when I backstitch and my hand gets in the way. Right, there we go. That's one lot. I'll quickly do the other one. And then I'll show you how I'll do the zip, and then we can do that another time because I really need to get going. Dark edge. Then one more. Right. Okay, so what I have now, let's see, we can bring this along a little bit, lift this up. Oh, it's only so far. I can lift it though, because I've got it cable tied to the underside of the... Sorry, it's been a bit all over the place, but I guess I have never done this before. So I'm fairly pleased with how it's gone. Okay, so first we need to press. I'm going to press flat all of our new seams. One, two. Oh, there are only two. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Right, so they're pressed. And then what I need to do is fold them in half along their length, because this forms one half of the zip. I think the temperature's a bit high. Okay, that's one of them. Okay. So what we have here are two halves of one zip. And then I'll take this, I'm not going to do this now, I'm just going to show you how it goes together. If I can find the actual zip. What have I done with that? I put it somewhere really sensible and then not committed that at all to memory. Yeah, I've definitely run out of steam. I just want to find this zip. Is that it? No. It's like 3 meters long. I don't quite understand what I've done with it. I'll use a shorter bit. I've got a bit of scrap zip in here. So, you got your zip here. What's going on? Oh, yeah. It's really struggling to split out. You got your zip here, which itself is in two parts. These you buy them on the you purchase it by the meter, and then you add on your own handle, your own zip puller. So what you do, let's zoom the camera in a second. I'm going to bring it over here so I can show you properly, and then I'll wrap it up. Okay. So here's one half of your zip, or one half of your boxing for the zip. Here's the other. And then all you do is you take your zip and you stitch, so you do one length at a time. You stitch halfway over the zip and you stitch right along here. And then once you've done that, you do the same here. And then you have one piece of boxing that will then be the same width as the rest. So I've got to cut more boxing off camera for next time. So then when you've done all that, you've got your regular boxing, which you would attach onto here. And then that will form in the same way that it does on the finished one here. There you go, just like that. And then that's how they attach together. Okay. Well, that was a bit of a marathon, and I didn't get as much done as I thought I would, but you live and you learn, I guess. At least I know how much planning. You know, I did a lot of planning to get this ready, but it requires more planning on the actual creation side. I got a bit carried away with making sure all the setup was right and having all of these different scenes, you know, so that I could film it properly. But I'm pleased with how it's gone. I hope you have enjoyed it, even if it's been a bit long. But maybe next weekend or midweek in the evening, I'll do another one. I'll try and give a bit more warning. But I think I just wanted to get this one out of the way because I was a bit nervous to start with. But actually, it just feels like I'm filming a video and I don't have to do any editing now. So yeah, so let's just recap really quickly. We cut our face panels, attached piping, and made the boxing for a zip. So next time we'll put the zip together, and then off camera I will have done the other one of these, and then we can put it all together and then it will all be done. Time now 7:35. So just before I go, I am going to pop onto my YouTube dashboard because I have got a video uploaded that I can set to go live at 7:45. So let's go into here. I'm going to visibility, schedule. It's going to go live today, Sunday the 18th. Let's set it to go live at 8 p.m. because if any of you that have been watching and want to watch the video too, I'll at least give you 15 minutes to go and get something to drink or use the toilet, whatever. 8 p.m. and I'm going to set it as a premiere. Done. August 18th, 2024, 8 p.m. and then I will click save. Then I'm going to grab the link, get shareable link, and I'm going to paste it in here. So then, if any of you want to go and watch that, that's where you can watch it at 8 o'clock. Thank you very much for watching. I'll do another one sometime soon, and I'll see you then, I guess, or in 15 minutes. Cheers.